A lot of people know that the very first Ronald McDonald was Willard Scott.
Watch for me on TV. We'll have lots of fun.
He's Ronald McDonald, the hamburger happy clown.
Willard Scott was the weatherman on the Today Show. Eventually, when he retired, he was replaced by Al Roker. He was very famous for being a weatherman who would say happy birthday to very old ladies. Every day he would tell you the weather and then say, and happy birthday to Gertrude, who's turning 103 in Boise, Idaho. What most people don't realize about Willard Scott's Ronald McDonald is that when he did those 3 spots back in 1963, not only was he the original Ronald McDonald, he came up with the entire idea. The Washington, D.C. franchisee owner of McDonald's wanted to do some local commercials to promote the McDonald's business. And so he reached out to the advertising agency of Oscar Goldstein. One of the people that worked on that advertising team was Willard Scott. Now, Willard Scott had worked on television at this point. He had not been a weatherman yet, but he had been a TV clown. He was one of many bozos. Now, back then, Bozo the Clown was a character that appeared in every major market. The most famous one was in WGN in Chicago, but Willard Scott was the Bozo the Clown for Washington, D.C. So, when it came time to make something for this McDonald's burger chain, he thought of the idea of making it a clown like Bozo, and then he came up with the rhyming name of Ronald McDonald. Now, the McDonald's people liked the campaign so much that they decided to bring it national in 1965, but sadly for Willard Scott, they went with a different man to play Ronald McDonald. And since then, there has been a long succession of people playing Ronald in the commercials. They changed the look of Willard Scott's Ronald McDonald, and thank goodness. The first national commercial came out in 1965 during the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and the next one came out during the NFL Championship game. I mean, I don't know why he would have a cup for a nose. In 1970, Charlton Comics printed the very first Ronald McDonald book of any kind. Was this comic book series. In Thailand, Ronald McDonald poses with a traditional Thai greeting. It's a greeting of respect. Kind of looks like he's praying. It is not a greeting we use in this country, but they use it in Thailand and India. So they've imported this version of Ronald McDonald to India and other areas where they do this to greet each other. Also, what's interesting is in China, they don't call him Ronald McDonald because they feel that kids shouldn't be addressing an adult with such a disrespectful tone as to just say his first and last name. So he's Uncle McDonald. In Japan, he's Donald McDonald because they generally don't use that R sound, and it's very difficult for speakers in Japan to say the word Ronald. But what happened to Ronald McDonald? I feel like we haven't seen him for so long. The McDonald's company has really gone away from him. As a matter of fact, they've kind of gone away from fun in general. The McDonald's locations that used to look so vibrant and colorful and fun now look like a Starbucks, and I don't understand why. A couple years ago, the McDonald's in the UK addressed this on their website by saying, "We're afraid that Ronald McDonald no longer appears in McDonald's UK advertising, but he is still very busy working for us." What is he doing? The downfall of Ronald McDonald probably started with Morgan Spurlock's movie Super Size Me. Now, I don't want to speak ill of Morgan Spurlock because the man is no longer with us, but he made a documentary where he ate McDonald's every day, and he was trying to prove that McDonald's isn't good for you, which everybody, I think, knew before he started. But there were a lot of strange results that he had to his documentary. He showed a lot of medical problems that no one else has been able to recreate by eating McDonald's for a month. He later explained that he was an alcoholic and had been drinking heavily since childhood, which actually probably was responsible for more of the symptoms that he had. But either way, this gave McDonald's a black eye, and specifically gave Ronald McDonald a black eye. Around this time, Disney severed their ties with McDonald's. They were selling McDonald's French fries in the park, and they decided, we're not going to be associated with this. We're not going to even make Happy Meal toys anymore. They have more recently come back and done Happy Meal toys, but there was a while where they didn't want to be associated with McDonald's, and neither did a lot of other companies. The other problem for Ronald McDonald was the year 2016, when we started seeing these creepy clowns popping up everywhere. In 2011, a group of 500 pediatricians put out a full-page ad in newspapers across the country saying it was time to retire Ronald McDonald. Now, he's still used in other countries. This is an ad for a Ronald McDonald appearance that happened in the Philippines just a few months ago. And fear not, Ronald McDonald still appears in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. In fact, he was in the parade last year. The Macy's parade was interrupted last year. They actually had some protesters right in front of Ronald McDonald's little shoe car. I'm kind of fascinated with Ronald McDonald's shoe car. Not that long ago, I was reading on Reddit about the McDonald's where they shoot all the commercials. It's like a full-size McDonald's. I think it's out in the City of Industry in California. And it's hidden away in the back, like behind a mall, behind like a bunch of warehouses. And then you see this McDonald's, but nobody can eat there. They've got a full kitchen and they can dress it up to show anything. When you see a McDonald's commercial on TV, the odds are it was filmed at this location. They have multiple signs. They can redress it for when a TV studio needs to have a scene in a McDonald's in the 80s. They can redress it to look like that. If you saw those commercials for the Grimace Shake where they were having Grimace's birthday party, that was shot at this McDonald's. McDonald's has a giant warehouse next door that they store everything they could possibly need, including, according to one of the Reddit commenters, Ronald McDonald's shoe car. Now, I found a crazy video. This is Mick Kids. We're going to take a look at the appearance of Ronald McDonald's shoe car. You'll never believe how this car materializes. So Ronald takes the kids out to the parking lot. Now watch this. Here's that parade shoe car. It's a low top, but he also has a high top. Look at that, far more clown-like. But here's the thing, pay attention to how this car shoe looks. He's got more than one high top shoe car. And look at this man driving it. When you get home, you're just like, Myrtle, you'll never believe what I did today. I found some construction photos of the shoe car. So this is some artist renderings of what they were going to make the shoe car look like. This is the actual shoe car. It has no laces in it yet, but it's starting to take shape. Look at this guy, 27 years as a master sculptor to make Ronald McDonald's shoe car. You know what this shoe car reminds me of, though? Right? There was a Happy Meal toy at one point that you could get Ronald McDonald in his shoe car. They've had other Happy Meal toys that featured Ronald McDonald's in different cars. Look at this. You know that Hamburglar wants to drag race. You know he's looking over at Ronald and he's like, if only the fuzz wasn't here in between us. Now here's some merchandise, a comb that features Ronald McDonald inside of a car. Now, I mentioned that there have been a lot of people that played Ronald McDonald. You want to see what he looks like without makeup? Shout out to everybody on Patreon. For just $3, I'll send you a postcard in the mail. Maybe it'll be Newport Beach, California, or maybe the Lumberton High School in North Carolina. Who knows? But I will send you a postcard every single month for just $3. You can sign up. You can be like Chris, Cheese God, Awkward But Awesome, the Earl and Duchess of Sandwich, and Matthew David Chapin. Go sign up. You know you want to. Been doing a lot of McDonald's videos lately. I did a video just recently where I went to the Big Mac Museum. It's pretty wild. It's not enough of a museum, but the Big Mac that they have there is bigger than you can imagine. I put a video together about it and the history of the Big Mac. You can watch it here. Otherwise, YouTube says that this one is best for you. I don't know what it is. Is it food related? Maybe they think you don't like food. Either way, you can check out the second channel here if you want more videos. And I'll see you next time.